Ever feel like you're being pushed, pulled, or guilt-tripped into doing things you don't actually want to do? Maybe it's your boss sweet-talking you into working overtime again, your friend making you feel bad for saying no, or that one relative who has mastered the art of emotional blackmail. Manipulation is everywhere. Sometimes it's obvious, like a used car salesman giving you the "this deal is only good for the next 5 minutes" routine. Other times, it's so subtle you don't even realize it's happening, until you're knee-deep in a favor you never agreed to. Let's break down 7 sneaky tricks people use to control you and, more importantly, how to shut them down like a pro. Guilt tripping, the art of emotional blackmail. Guilt is one of the most powerful manipulation tools. It makes you feel like a terrible person for making your own choices, so you cave in just to avoid the guilt. You'll hear things like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me?" Or, "If you really cared, you'd do this for me." The goal is to make you feel obligated to comply, even if you don't want to. The best way to shut down guilt tripping is to recognize it for what it is. Instead of falling into the trap, acknowledge their feelings but stand your ground. Saying something like, "I understand that you're upset, but I won't be guilt-tripped into doing something I don't want to do," puts the responsibility back on them while protecting your boundaries. Gaslighting, making you question reality. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous forms of manipulation because it makes you doubt your own reality. You'll hear phrases like, "That never happened, you're imagining things," or "You're being too sensitive." Over time, this kind of mental gymnastics can make you question your memory, perception, and judgment, leaving you more dependent on the manipulator for clarity. The best way to shut down gaslighting is to trust your own experiences. If something feels off, it probably is. Keeping a record of conversations can help, but more importantly, don't let someone convince you that your emotions and perceptions aren't valid. If you start feeling like you're constantly second-guessing yourself around someone, take a step back and reevaluate the relationship. The silent treatment, emotional hostage-taking. The silent treatment is a form of punishment, not communication. Instead of talking things through, the manipulator withdraws all communication, hoping you'll get so uncomfortable that you'll apologize, give in, or do whatever it takes to fix the situation, even if you weren't the one who did anything wrong. It's emotional blackmail through and through. The best way to handle the silent treatment is to refuse to play the game. If someone is purposely ignoring you to manipulate your emotions, let them. Chasing after them only reinforces the behavior. Instead, give them space and focus on people who communicate in healthy, mature ways. Fear-mongering, making you scared to say no. Fear is a powerful control mechanism. Manipulators use it to scare you into compliance by exaggerating consequences, creating imaginary threats, or using worst-case scenarios to force you into submission. You might hear things like, "If you don't do this, everything will fall apart," or "You'll regret it if you walk away from this." They rely on fear to keep you from making decisions that benefit you but don't serve their agenda. To counter fear-mongering, take a step back and assess whether the fear is based on reality or just an emotional scare tactic. Ask yourself, is this an actual threat or are they just trying to control me? Then once you see through the illusion, the fear loses its power. Love bombing, the over-the-top charm offensive. Love bombing is all about overwhelming you with excessive praise, affection, or attention to lower your guard. It feels amazing at first, like you found the best friend, boss, or partner ever. But once they've got you hooked, the control phase begins. They might start making demands, setting unfair expectations, or becoming possessive. The initial kindness was never about you, it was about gaining influence over you. The best way to deal with love bombing is to recognize that genuine relationships develop over time. If someone is showering you with excessive affection or favors too quickly, slow things down and set boundaries. Real connection isn't based on flattery and urgency, it's based on consistency and trust. The martyr act. I'll just suffer in silence. Some people control you not by being aggressive, but by playing the helpless victim. They act like they're sacrificing everything for you and expect you to feel guilty enough to comply with their wishes. You'll hear things like, "I guess I'll just do everything myself," or "Don't worry about me, I'm used to being unappreciated." The goal is to make you feel so bad that you give in to their demands just to make the guilt go away. The best way to shut down the martyr act is to refuse to engage with it. Instead of rushing in to fix their suffering, acknowledge their statement without feeding into it. Saying something like, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm still sticking with my decision," removes the guilt factor and puts the responsibility for their emotions back on them. Social pressure. Everyone else is doing it. Peer pressure doesn't end in high school. It's everywhere, from the workplace to social groups to family gatherings. Manipulators use social pressure to make you feel like you have no choice but to comply. You'll hear things like, "Come on, don't be the only one not doing it," or "This is just how things are done." The underlying message is that saying no will make you an outsider, which taps into our basic human fear of rejection. The best way to resist social pressure is to remember that you are not obligated to follow the crowd. Just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean you have to. If something doesn't align with your values or comfort level, a firm but polite "No, I'm good" is all you need. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices. Final thoughts. Take back your power. Manipulation is sneaky, but once you recognize it, you can break free from its grip. Whether it's guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or social pressure, the key is to trust yourself, stand firm, and refuse to be controlled by emotional games. The next time someone tries to use one of these tricks on you, just smile and say, "Nice try, but I'm on to you." Learning to spot manipulation is the first step to making sure you're the one in control of your own life.